Alright, we're going to briefly talk about radian measure. So the main thing to understand about radians is that it's just a different way of measuring an angle. So when we want to convert from degrees to radians, we use the following proportion. So if you look at, let's just say we have 180 degrees. It's an r over 2 pi. So we can simplify this fraction and then cross multiply and we get 2r equals 2 pi, r equals pi. So if you look at 180 degrees, this arc right here, that's equal to pi radians. So what is the formal definition of radian measure? Okay, so the formal definition of radian measure begins with the concept of a central arc. Okay, so a central angle. Central angle of a circle is an angle with the vertex at the center. Okay, it's an angle with the vertex at the center of a circle. This is a central angle. The central angle cuts off the circle here, forming the intercepted arc. Okay, so again, the rays that form the central angle cut the circle, forming the intercepted arc. When the central angle intercepts an arc that has the same length as the radius of a circle, the measure of the angle is defined to be as 1 radian. So if we drew another diagram, okay, so this is r right here, that's r, and then we have another radius right here, that's also r, and then this intercepted arc is also r. So you have a two radius right here, two radii. The rays that form the central angle intercept this circle, and this intercepted arc is a length of r. Okay, this intercepted arc is a length of r. This angle right here is 1 radian. 1 radian. And that's the formal definition of a radian. So since there are 2 pi radians in a circle with 360 degrees, we know that 2 pi radians equals 360 degrees, and we get the proportion that I had up before. So that's the definition of radian measure. If you want to convert from radians to degrees, there's a simple formula you can use. Okay, so converting radians to degrees, and I'm abbreviating to use the following formula. Multiply by to go from degrees to radians, you multiply by pi over 180. So if you have radians and you want to go to degrees, the pi is going to be in the denominator, because typically in radians you have pi in the numerator and you want the pi's to cancel out. Here, if you're converting from degrees to radians, you want to get rid of the degree, so the degree measure is in the denominator. Okay, so let's convert a few of these. I'm not doing black. So this one right here, again, it's going to be 30 plus 180, which is 210. So we want to convert that from degrees to radians. I multiply by pi over 180. So we get, see, I need space. I just erased this right here. Again, so I'm trying to convert 210 degrees to radians. To do that, I take 210 and multiply by pi over 180. I can take out 30 from each of these, so I get 7 pi over 6. Right? 30 goes into this 7 times, 30 goes into this 6 times. So our radian measure is 7 pi over 6. Okay? Now what are the sine and cosine? Again, here they're going to both be negative, right? In the third quadrant, the x value is negative as well as the y value. So the cosine is going to be negative square root of 3 over 2, and the sine is going to be negative 1/2. Okay, the next one, it's going to be 5 pi over 4. Now let's just say we want to convert 5 pi over 4 to degrees. So we have 5 pi over 4 we want the pi to cancel out, so we know that goes on the bottom, then the 180 goes on the top. Okay, so pi's will cancel out, and 4 goes into 180 45 times. Okay, and 45 times 5 is 225. So this degree measure is 225. Okay, so here again they're both going to be negative. So that's negative square root of 2 over 2, negative square root of 2 over 2. The rest of this I'm just going to quickly fill out. See, we have 240. This is going to be 4 pi over 3. Again, a quick check. 4 pi over 3 should equal 240. So we take 240 and multiply it by pi over 180. 60 goes into that 4 times. 60 goes into that 3 times. 4 pi over 3. So the cosine here is negative 1/2. And the sine is negative square root of 3 over 2. Here we have 270 degrees. That's 3 pi over 2. So another quick check is to take 3 pi over 2 and multiply it by 180 over pi. These pi's cancel out. We're left with 90 here. 90 times 3 is 270. Okay? The sine here is -1 and the cosine is 0. And yet again, we're running out of memory. I'll see you in the next lecture.